Hello, I'm here today to inform you about how sculptures are made. There are many ways of making sculptures. It just depends on what medium the artist would like to use. The methods of making sculptures are modeling, carving, casting, and constructing. For modeling, a sculptor can use soft materials such as clay and plaster. To model these mediums, the sculptor can use his hands to shape it into any form he likes. He can also use tools such as wood sticks or specialized tools that have wires or metal pieces on them so that he can scrape away any of the clay that he wants. He can also use them to form and smooth the sculpture and to add texture. Then the sculpture is fired in a kiln or allowed to dry to harden. At this point, the artist can either use paint or embellishments to make his sculpture the way he wants. The next method is carving. The artist starts with a block of stone or wood, and then the artist can shape the block by chipping and breaking off pieces until he gets the intended result. He can use hammers and chisels to remove larger pieces of material and carefully scraping until smooth. Artists can use many mediums for these types of sculptures. They can use large blocks of marble, they can even carve on rock bases, and they can even use soap. Most intricate method is to make a cast. The artist pours the molten metal into a mold to make a sculpture. Cast sculptures are made of bronze or steel. The method is called the lost wax method. This method has been used for thousands of years. It has not changed much since 2000 BC. The artist starts with a model that can be made of many mediums. The sculpture can be made of plaster, wood, stone. It just depends on what the artist wants to use. A mold is built as a model. This is made of rubber. Half the model is placed into soft clay to keep it steady. Then the top half of the model is painted with rubber. When the rubber is dry, then the same process is used on the bottom of the model. Then a mold is made over this with plaster. It's done in several pieces so it can be taken apart easier. This is called the negative of the model. The imprint of the model inside the mold is covered with wax. It is the same thickness that the bronze statue will be. It should be about 3/16 of an inch thick. Then the rubber is removed and the wax mold is left. The artist is very careful to check the piece to make exactly sure it's what he wants. All the imperfections are removed and he checks over the entire piece to make sure it's exactly what he wants. At this point, cylinders are added to be the channels for the molten metal. This is called gating. A cast is made around the model by covering it with a ceramic shell. This process involves dipping the gated wax into surrey and then into sand. This is done many times. It's repeated over and over again until they get the shell to be about 1/2 inch thick. Vents are left open so heat can escape and the statue would not break. Then this whole structure is put together by large bands to hold it together. And this cast of the mold with the wax and the ceramic is put into a huge oven and heated to about 11,000 degrees Fahrenheit. 1100 degrees Fahrenheit. The metal is heated to over 1700 degrees for the bronze, and then it is poured into the cast. Both of these are heated up so that the metal does not harden too quickly and ruin the statue. Once the metal has cooled, the cast is broken. This is called divesting. Now the sculpture is complete. The channels are cut away and the surface of the statue is completed by cleaning, and they take away any debris, and also they cut the channels off. Then the artist adds the finest details. He can use patina. Patina is a chemical substance that they can put on the metal to cause it to change colors. Certain foundries have particular recipes that are very guarded because they produce a unique color. Some of the colors that can be made are brown, red, blue, and green. The final thing before the sculpture is removed and taken to a museum is they put wax over the sculpture, a very thin coat, to protect the patina. The fourth and final method I'll be talking about today is constructing. When an artist decides to do constructed sculpture, it can be made of many different things. It can be made of tires, trash, paper, even old CDs. These sculptures are normally three-dimensional in nature, and they can be put together in many ways. They can be put together by welding, tying, or even gluing or taping. Whatever method the artist wishes. So hopefully you can really appreciate the work and skill artists use when they create their works of art. So please take a moment the next time you pass by one of these magnificent creations. I think by knowing how something is made can change the way we really look at a work of art. Thank you.